Hey guys, Whiteout here, and today I've got a video showing how to make a simple piston elevator. Now, this thing is really cool, it's really fast, and it's fun to make. So, let me show you how it works. You stand right here in the middle of these two blocks, and hit the button, and you go flying up to the top. And this elevator can be as high as you want it to be. It can be from bedrock to sky, and it'll still work. So, let's go ahead and get started. So to get started, go ahead and figure out where you want your elevator to be and where you want to stand for your elevator. So say I want to stand right here in between these two blocks. I'm going to place a regular piston right here in the ground facing up. So this is where I'd be whenever I'd stand in my elevator and get pushed up. So from that spot to the right one block and then back two from it, place a sticky piston facing inward towards you, and then right in front of that place a regular piston facing up. So this is what it'll look like, and then to the left of that we're going to go ahead and fill in those two blocks with a regular block. Now what we're going to do is on the left side we're going to go ahead and place another sticky piston and place another regular piston facing up. And what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much copy this design all the way up as far as you want the elevator to go. So you just have to make sure that each sticky piston is in the back and facing inward, and that each regular piston is in the front and facing upward. And I'll go ahead and go one more up. And now what I'm going to do is cover all of these blocks. So I covered those like I normally would, and then I'll cover these, and I'll also cover these. So what you're going to get at the end will look like this. And this can go as high as you want. Next, what we're going to do is come around back and start the wiring process. So on each piston or each repeater that you place behind the pistons right here, they'll all be set to 4. And then there will be a repeater right next to it, left at the regular speed. And then we're going to go ahead and bring some blocks around over here on the right side, which is higher than the left side, and do the same thing. Place one right behind this piston and then place another one in the front. Now from here we're going to go ahead and at the front of these blocks place another block, place a repeater right behind it, and then place a block right behind it. So this is what it'll look like. And then we're going to cover those blocks with more blocks and put another block in the front and repeat the same pattern. So on each repeater that's right behind the sticky pistons that go out, it has to be set to 4. These two repeaters are always set to 1, and you'll do this all the way up this side. Now that we're at the last ones right here, we'll go ahead and fill this one in, and then just cover the top, just make it even and cover that so it's even with that top block. Now we'll do the same thing for this side. We'll go ahead and place a block down right here, which would be aligned with this block, and then we'll go ahead and place another repeater right here and another block. And you can go ahead and place these blocks all the way up to the top if you want to just go and get that out of the way. That's up to you. And then just keep your placement going. So this will be opposite of those sides. This one will be there, then this one, this one, this one, and it'll go all the way up just like that. And you keep the same speed settings as you did on the other side. Now that we've reached the top of this part, we'll go ahead and do the same thing. We'll cover those, and then we'll put some more blocks to make it even. So this is what it'll look like so far. Now from here, we'll go ahead and come down, and we'll start the wiring process. So go ahead and put a lever down somewhere, and I'll show you how to wire a button later. It's a little bit more complicated, but from here we can go ahead and hit that, and you'll see that that one will work. And we'll go ahead and bring this around. Now on the right side, you need to make it so that there is one space between these blocks right here and this redstone wire, otherwise it'll mess it up. Now from here we'll go ahead and bring this around and connect those two, and let me hit it, and I wanted to make sure that it would reach, and it actually doesn't, so you can test that if you want to, and you can put a repeater somewhere. Just keep in mind that if you place a repeater over here, that the left side, the higher side, does need to be one tick of a delay higher than the right side. So if you have to place a repeater down, then you have to place one over there and make it a tick higher. So just keep that in mind. Now from here, one block away from these two repeaters, on the other side of the line, I'm going to place down a repeater and then make it a 2-tick delay and place a block right behind it. Now from that block we're going to place another block and place another block so it comes up right above this repeater, and then we can break that first block, excuse me, and we can connect all these. So what's going to happen is this repeater is going to power this next level. Now from here we're going to place another repeater right next to these and set it to 2 again, and then place a block right in front of it and connect all of these again. And what this is going to do is it's going to keep the power going up each level, and it's going to make a little curvy little S design, and it'll actually form a pattern for us. So what we're going to do is, again, place another repeater right here and then do the same thing. And you can leave the power on the whole time if you want, just to make sure that it's working. That part is completely up to you. And I accidentally just hit this, so make sure you don't hit any of those timings and mess them up, because if you mess up one timing, believe me, it can cause a big headache. But this is all we're doing all the way up. Now once you get to the very top, you don't have to worry about doing all that anymore. And just make sure that you have power on that one side. Now we can come down here and hit this, and you should see that each one will retract and go in. And if you hit it again, you can see that each one comes out in order. And that's exactly what we want. So now I'm going to do the same thing for over here. And I'll come a little bit, and of course, since I placed that one repeater over there, I do need to make it a tick higher. So I'll set it at 2, and then just run this redstone wire down to right here. Now when we get to right here, parallel with these blocks, we're going to go ahead and place some blocks down, and we can connect it, and you'll see that those wires loop right there, but once we start wiring the next level, it'll take care of it, and it'll do that all the way up. Now from right here, we're going to place 2 more blocks and place another block right there, and do the same thing as the other side. Set this repeater to 2, and then we can start building up on this side, and you'll see that this side will get power, and we'll do that same thing all the way up again. Now what I did was I went ahead and just pre-made all of these little curves, so that way I can just come through here and add in the repeaters, and then come back and add in all of the redstone line. You can do it either way. It's the exact same method. It's just however you want to get to it. Now at the very top right here in the back, you do need to place a block right here to make sure that these 2 wires don't loop. You can see right here that it'll connect down, and you have to place a solid block right here. You can't place leaves or glass or anything because it'll still loop that way. Even though it doesn't look like it, that'll still connect right there. So make sure that you place a solid block. Now we should be able to hit this and see that they all work just like that. Now you can't hop on there just yet, because if you hop on there and try it, it'll kick you off. And that's because it's pushing you so fast that you don't have time, or it just pushes you off. So what you have to do is fill in the blocks above it, in front of it, leave just 2 blocks right here for you to walk through, and then cover up the rest of it. So this can be any block that you want, but I'm just doing glass, so that way it's a nicer effect and you can see out of it whenever you're actually moving. So once you have that, that's it. You can stand here and then hit that button and you'll get pushed right up to the top. Now to wire a button to this, I did a little bit of pre-work right here, but you can see that my button will be right here, and then I just went ahead and hollowed some stuff out just to save some time. But what you're going to do is place some redstone dust on the block that's going to have the button above it, and then bring it around to the back. Now the reason we're doing it to the back is so that way whenever we fill in all this dirt, it won't pinch, because that is the one block that we don't need there. Otherwise you'd have to leave a block open and you could see down there, and it's just ugly. So what we're going to do from here is bring this around, and you'll see that it loops right there, but that doesn't matter right now. And around this corner, actually right here in front of this block, we're going to just go ahead and place a little repeater right there, and then connect it all up with redstone wire. And you can see that it connects straight up to this part right here. And then for this repeater right here in the front, we're going to go ahead and put a repeater. And actually for this repeater we're going to set it to 2, or 3 rather, and we're going to put a repeater down right here and set it to 2, and then connect this all up. So now we can go ahead and cover this all up. You can put grass blocks right above these repeaters. It's another reason for this method. It's that way we can cover more up and then fill in all of this stuff. Now we should be able to stand right here, press the button, and go flying up, and then it should all retract automatically for us. So that's all there is to it. If this video helped you out, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.